नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। शङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवम् बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। So we have been seeing the different methods in which Yama was teaching Nachiketa as an answer to his third bone where he asked the question, I have heard that after death something is there and some other people say there is nothing. You are the one Lord of death. So nobody else better than you can explain what is that. That is my third wish which I want you to fulfill me. And then Yama has been extremely happy with Nachiketa teaching him the methodology of, self-introspection. In the beginning of the last Valli, he mentioned about how the Swayambhu, or when the creation took place, the sense organs were placed outwardly looking in each one of us. And the one who, like you, Nachiketa, who had the intention for the immortality, go beyond the birth and death cycle, he looked inward and he avrita chakshu, looking inward by the desire for immortality. He achieved Pratyagatmana. He knew who he is in reality. And then when he knew reality, he understood what is that. What is that Atma which is being told by the scriptures. Toward the end of the last Valli, Yamaha said, Angushtamatra Purushaha Jyotihi Iva Adumak Ishana Bhudabhavyasya. So, even though as a controller residing in the body, where the senses are looking outward, it is that like a fire, smokeless fire, like a knowledge, fire in the form of knowledge or awareness, is the one who is controlling that. As in Ishana means controller, Bhuta Bhavyasya, for the past and the future. Also, Adhyaha Shwaha, even today and tomorrow. So the entire time is under his control. He is the one who is controlling the time. So for him, there is no birth or death. He was telling that. So to make the explanation clearer to Nachiketa, as a good teacher will always do, he is now getting into the details of that. There is a famous rule in the Mimamsa and the other Shastras that Sangatam Pararthatvat. That means the assemblage of something is always for not the individual items of the assembly, but for somebody else. For example, if the car is assembled, it is for somebody else to drive in the car or enjoy the movement using the car. Or somebody is building a house with different materials, it is for somebody else to occupy. Same way, our body also is made of the Panchatatvas. And therefore, there is an Ishana, there is a controller who is in the body, who is taking control of the situation of the body. To explain that, he is using the first 4 verses of this Valli, next Valli which is starting. Purusham ekadasha dwaram ajasya avatrachetasaha anushtaya na shochati vimuktaha cha vimuchyate etad vaitat. This indeed is that. What? Purusha ekadasha dwaram ajasya. Now, ekadasha dwaram means 11 orifices or the entry exit points of a city. Now this is being referred to the body. We have got 7 orifices for our eyes, ears, nose, mouth in the head. Then we have, the excretory, 2 of them. And then the 11th and 12th are in this one, which has not been mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says, Navadware Pure. But here it is that Ekadesha. Ekadesha means 11, which includes the navel button and the Sahasrartham. That is that on the tip of the head where as per the yogic method, the prana leaves the body. So including all that, 11 entrances, Ajasya is Aja, that light which is there as a controller of Bhuta Bhavya Bhavi, all those things, is an Aja. Aja means one who has no birth or death. He is the one occupier in the Ekadasha Dwaram Puram, the city of 11 entrances. Avaktra Chetasaha, he is an intellect which doesn't get, or he is that knowledge which is not getting deviated from that. Here it is again indicating that light which is not getting, flickering at all. It is always continuously in the same illuminancy. And Anushtaya, following that or meditating on that, Avaktra Chetasaha Jyotihi, Antarjyotihi, Vimuktaha na shochati. The one who gets freed from the limitations of the 11 whole body, 11 entire city, cha vimuchyate, he also gets released. Now there is 2 words which are the same meaning. Vimuktaha, vimuchyate. Here vimuktaha is saying that while in the body, he gets freed by the limitations of the body by meditating or being associated with who he is, that Ajam Avaktra Chetsam Purusham inside. And Vimuchyate, in the second Vimuchyate, Vimuktaha is indicating the one who resides while the body is in functioning. And when the body is being dropped, Sa Vimuchyate, he gets totally freed. Now Shankara is using these 2 words to explain the same thing, that what is Jivan Mukta and Videha Mukta aspects in the Brihadaranya also. Jivan Mukta is the one who Jivate Eta Mukta. While living, he is free. Why he is free while living? Because he is not associating himself with the limitations of the body, because he is identifying himself to be the Antarjyoti, the Atma, who is the resider of this body. And that awareness is what I am. When you are associating with that and you are no more associated with the functioning and the limitations of the body, such a person is called Jivan Mukta. While living, he becomes free to live. And at that time, he na shochati, because when he identified himself as the Atma, the limitations of the body, the restrictions and the pain, pleasure, everything which is happening on the body or through the body, he is a witness to it. He is no more affected by that. So therefore, he is not. Shochati means he doesn't grieve over the things which is happening to the body. And cha vimuchyate, the same in Atma, vimuchyate, get released also from the limitations of the 11 entered body, the city of, or the body of 11 holes. Etadvaitavda, this indeed is that. This is the one which you asked me as the third boon. What happens when a person dies? This is what happens when a person dies. The Atma when he is whether he is a Jivan Mukta or not a Jivan Mukta, when after the body finished its duty of functioning, the Atma leaves the body and goes. Whereas, in the sense that from the point of view of the body, limitation of the body, it goes, but it doesn't really travel anywhere. Apanivado javano grihida paschatta chakshuscha shrunotyakarna is the Shweta Upanishad. He is the one who has no legs, no hands, no sarvagadam, sushmam. So where is he going? It is not going. The body functionality stops. Now, this example is used by the Bhagavad Gita saying where he says, Krishna says, Vasansi jirnani yada vihaya. That Gita slokam is saying, like a man changing his worn out clothes, this Jiyat takes up from when an old body is dropped and it takes up a new body. And incidentally, this mantra of Kathopanishad is the one which is mostly used by all the subsequent Puranas and everywhere to describe the concept of birth and rebirth, karma, dharma, karma philosophy, etc. Because based on rebirth only, the other philosophies are brought up. So for that, then the pramana or the authenticity is coming from these four mantras which are coming down. So it shows that there is a process of body being dropped and another body being taken. But what is body is being taken or not? Or is the body appearing in that awareness? And if for whom the karma is happening or for whom the afflictions, what is that? All those things are coming in the next few verses, which we will see that. But to show that the ajaha, avaktra chetasa, the atma, what is there inside, vimuktaha, vimuchyate, when he said that there can be a doubt in the mind of Nachiketas or for all of us, that there is a limitation which the body brings it, and he gets freed from the body. So mukti is actually leaving the body is a mukti. That feeling can come into our mind and our thought process, thinking that, when the matter is not clear, normally that what happens is that we go think in the wrong direction. To ward off or to stop us from thinking that Yama gives the beautiful mantra, actually exactly he is quoting Rigveda mantra. In the Rigveda Samhita, this mantra is appearing. It has been virtually lifted from the Rigveda Samhita and put it here. Hamshat Vasuhu Antarikshasat Hoda Vedishat Aditi Duronasat Mrishatat Varasat Ritasat Vyomasat Abja Goja Ritaja Adrija Ritam Brahut. So you can see that this is not the typical Upanishad mantra type of a thing. It is indirectly, it is in fact exactly a rik in the Rigveda, Rigveda Samhita, which is taken here to show Nachiketa that what Yama saying is not of his own, Kapola Kalpitam, his own mental creation or his own ideas. He is saying for him also, even a teacher of the stature of Yama, he refers to Rigveda to tell that what I am saying is not mine. It is also told in the Rigveda is what I am going to tell you. And what is he saying? That Briham Ritam, this Brihat, the Brahma, which I am talking about, the infinite reality, Shuchishat Hamsaha, like a bright sun, dwells in the heavens. That means it is that the brightness of the knowledge or that one which enlightens everything. That means the awareness in which everything is existing. Heaven here doesn't mean the heaven outside the earth. Here the heaven means everything which is included in the ambit of the brightness of knowledge. Antariksha Sat Vasu. Vasu means the change in climate or the air you can also take. Antariksha Sat. Just as in the space air is moving, or how the occupation of air in the space is to show that even if it is the subtlest of the subtle, we cannot even see how it is occupying the space. That is like Andariksha Sad Vasu. Sad means like one which moves, or Sarati. In this one, Shadra is the root from which it is coming. So he has said it is bright like the sun, like a sun. He is also saying it is subtle like air in the space. Vedashit Hota, like the Hotra, or the one who is doing the yajnas, who has the entire knowledge of the Vedas. Hota, he is the one. And in the yajnas, how does a Hota chants or is able to tell all the mantras, which is talking of including Brahman and Atma and the whole creation, everything. He has the entire knowledge of the Vedas. Like that, here also he is saying that from the total awareness, even to the individual level awareness, the knowledge on the individuals also, it is his own. He owned that Brihat Brahma. Durona Sat Atithi. Durona Sat, Duronam is actually a measure or a limited place or a measure, you can say that. Atithi, one without an appointment who comes to a place or into a dwelling is called an Atithi, guest. In English we say the guest. Guest is unannounced guest, not the one who takes an appointment and comes. Now, Atithi is considered to be an auspicious person who brings in all the auspiciousness to a house where he is visiting. Because like the blessings which comes unasked, a Atithi comes unasked. So in the culture, Indian culture, we have this respect for the guest, Atithi Devo Bhava. So in the Drona Sat, in a dwelling, how does a guest come? It is how this knowledge comes. That means you do not know when you get the knowledge. It comes with the grace of God, we say. We said it is in one of the previous mantras. It is this knowledge which comes like a guest. We don't know when it happens, but it is there. It can come anytime. Nrishadat. In the Nra means in the Nara, from the word Nara when it comes, Nrishadat. In the men, Varasat. Vara here means is superior to Nra, Vara. Here it is referring to the gods or the celestial powers. Even in the human beings and even in the celestial beings, the one which is with which they exist or they are known to all of us is the same Brihat Brahma. Rudasat in the yajnas. Rudyajna, here it is referring to Vyomasat, like how it is in the space. It is spread. Sarvagataha. Abjaha. Abjaha up means water. Like all the things which are sustained by water. Goja, what is sustained on the surface of the earth. Ridaja, which there are two meanings to that. One is the yajna, what is used for yajna. Ritam means also the sat or the satyam. Ritam, satyam means the truth. The truth becomes truth because of that which is that. Even though when we said in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma, the Satyam is referred to as an indicative measure or a Lakshana Vyapya, or is indicating towards what is the Satchidananda or the Brahman. So here he is saying, Rutaja, it is born out of truth, means it is the one with the truth is given birth to that knowledge. So it is truth in nature by the saying. Adrija means it is normally Adrija means it's what is coming from the mountains. That means from the It is the truth which comes. So there is no place, he is referring to that situation where there is no nook and corner which human mind can consume or understand where it is not filled with. Even though for the practical purpose it was told that it is residing in the 11 whole body or the Ekasa Dwara Puram. It is limited to the body as Angushtamatra Purusha by even the size of a thumb and as a lamp without smoke. But he is not limited to the body. He is there from the heavens to the smallest one where is the as a space, air in the space, how it is spread. So this is the range in which it is there. So how does it get vimuktaha and vimujya? What is that liberation means? The liberation is only by way of not physicality. It is by way of knowing. When you know that you are the king, in a dream you slept, you might have felt that you are a beggar. But when you woke up, when you know that you are a king, you know the whole kingdom belongs to you. That type of a feeling, when you know that you are that true knowledge, Satyam, Jnanam, Anandam, Brahma, Atma, I am Atma, Brahma. That knowledge, when it happens, where can there be a limitation? While living, you are a Jivan Mukta. Even when your body is left, the body is discarded in yourself. The body is not separate from you. It stops functioning, that's all. But in that awareness, the body doesn't have a separate entity existence other than your own, that existence of the knowledge in which it appeared at. To make the things further clear, he says, Urdvam pranam unnayati apanam pratyak asyati madhye vamanam asinam vishwe deva upasate. Next mantra. Unnayati pranam. Now we know that all of us are surviving because we take breath inward and outward, exhale, inhale and exhale. So pranam unnayati. That means inhaling of the prana. Urdhvam means when it is from the nostril point of view, when you are pulling your air inside, then asyati apanam pratyak. Then separating that what you have taken inside, you are also throwing it outside. Asyati means pushes it outside. Apanam pratyak. Now Vishwe Deva, all the organs, these are all the things which is talking about the body. So you have the breathing inside, breathing outside. You have got all the organs, including the 5 sense organs and karmendriya sense organ, all the organs put together. Vishwe Deva. Madhye asinam vamanam upasate. And controlling all of them, sitting as if seated from inside, and he is upasate, he is being meditated upon and controlling, he is a controller, Ishanaha. He is the one who is controlling the sense organs of knowledge. He is the one who is controlling the sense of organs of action. He is the one who is making you breathe and exhale. He is the one who makes your heart beat. He is the one who makes you think. Everything which in the body is happening because of the presence of the Atma inside, or presence of Atma as a Chetana. Now this aspect is one thing which I think. There is another famous Nyaya in this thing. Sat tattve sat sattvam tat abhave tat abhavam tena tasya karana. If it is there, it happens. If it is not there, it doesn't happen. Therefore, it is the cause for the happening. This is the English translation of that Sanskrit word which I told you. That means when the Atma is present in the body, all the functions of the body happens. When Atma is not present is not in activate mode in the body appears to have dead. So tat sattve tat sattvam tad abhave tad abhavam Tena tasya karanam. Therefore, the life in the body is appeared to be there and not appeared to be there when the Atma is functioning through the body. So we immediately think about the previous example which we discussed. Atmanam ritinam vidhi, shariram ritamevacha, buddhim tu sarathim vidhi. So that chariot can go only if the Atma is sitting there as a rider of the chariot. Even the charioteer cannot take the chariot without the Yajamana or the owner of the chariot sitting inside the chariot. Same way here, the prana, apana, vishwadeva all depends upon the madhya asina vamanam. Vamanam is either, you can consider as the small one who is sitting inside, because Angushtamatra Purusha is what the way in which it was explained earlier. So to make things, before concluding that to Nachiketa, Yama says, Asya visramsamanasya sharirastasya dehinaha dehad vimuchyamanasya kimatra parishishyate etad vaitat. Asya visramsamanasya sharirastasya dehinaha dehad vimuchya manasya kimatra parishishyate. Asya dehinaha. Here the Dehin is Kshetrajna or the Atma within. This embodied one. Sharirastha. Sta means placed. Sharirastha means one that is placed inside the body. Tasya, Sharirastasya. Visramsamanasya, the one which is getting detached from it also. From the Dehat. From the Deha. Vimuchyamanasya, the one which gets freed from the body. Kimatra parishishyate, what can remain there? Now we saw that Rigveda mantra says that he is everywhere. He is the one who is filling everything in which way. So Yama is saying that the appearance that it is a Atma residing in the body, Sharirastaha, Vishramsamanasya, the one who feels like he is a Jivan Mukta, or Vimuchyamanasya, after Videha Muktaha, without the body Muktaha. Kimatra Parishishade, what can there be not included or excluded from that? What can be remaining there? Which is very, very esoterical in its meaning, the sense that these appearances of the Deha, the Mukti, Moksha, all those things are in relation with the body, not relation with the Atma. Atma Nitya Muktaha. It is always free. It was never under bondage, because what can bind it? Because there is nothing other than that. From the heavens to the space to the earthly bodies or the water bodies or the heavens, stars, suns, moon, everything is that. In that everything is appearing. So how can we say it is the Dehin residing in the body, Sharirastaha, which is with the body, because Sankadam Paratatva, the back the body so that Atma can reside in it. All these things are, how can I explain to you? Kimatra Parishishade. What can there be something as remaining when it is everything? Etad Vaitad. This is what exactly is what that. So when you said then something is living in the body, it is because of not knowing the knowledge. People say that Atma is there after death or nothing remains after death. Both the statements are of no use, because there is no body even other than that. Even the appearance of the body is within that. So how can it go somewhere? How can it come from somewhere? Where do something go which is everywhere? How can space come inside or go outside? It is all because of ignorance and adhyasa, or the limitation of thinking. It is how this is happening. Edadvaitad, this is verily that. This, O Nachiketa, you should understand, this is how it is being. There are words which are limited because of explanation we cannot be used. So In examples only, Emma is talking about. Then to explain that further, he says, na pranena na apanena matyo jivati kaschana. Itarena tu jivanti yasmin etau upasrita. Na pranena, not by the prana which one who inhales, na apanena, nor by the one which is exhaling that. Kaschana matya jivati, some human beings lives, jivati, or he is living. Tu itarena jivanti yasmin, but by the other they live which etau upasida, depending upon these two. It's totally confusing, the statement, if you look at it. From a thing, neither by prana nor by apana does my mortal live. But they live because something else upon which these two depend upon. Now, we know that when prana and apana goes, when the breathing stops, the body is dying. But here Rema is saying that, it is neither by the prana nor by the apana, the martya jivati. But both of them are depending upon something. That is the reason why the body is alive. Now it makes sense when it is said that even the prana and apana can function only if Atma is in the body through function for the body to function. Therefore, etau upashrita, everything depends upon the Atma. So this again goes back to where he want to talk about that. What happens to the body when body is dropped? So he is also bringing that one aspect. If you look at it, there is no birth and death. Na jayate na mriyate va kadachit. Then other side he says he is everything from the skies to even the subtlest of the space. It is that. When this is the situation, then how can some go or come? But at the same time, for the people who are not knowing this, apparently there is a movement, or there is a transmigration or birth and death which is happening. To explain that, he is saying that Hanta te idam pravikshami guhyam brahma sanatanam yadacha maranam prapya atma bhavati Gautama. Hey Gautama, Hanta idam pravikshami guhyam brahma sanatanam. I am going to now tell you the absolute secret of the oldest secret which anybody has ever known. Yatha maranam prapyate atma brahma avagacchati e bhavati. Now this is the eternal secret of Brahman. I am going to say, Hanta Gautama, hey Gautama, te means tubhyam. To you, idam pravikshami. Here I am going to tell you, Brahma guhyam sanatanam, the eternal secret of what is Brahman. Yatha maranam prapya, just as when the death is approached, Atma bhavati, the body becomes the Atma. The body from where the Atma, from Atma the body appeared, the body goes back to Atma, because the awareness of the body was there. When the body is no more seen, where does the body becomes awareness? We are thinking we are the body, but body also is in Atma. So just as the wave, when it dies, it goes back to the ocean. This body which has come from the Panchabhutas, which in turn has come from the Brahman, Atman. So Brahma Atma eva bhavati. So it goes back to the same. The bubble goes back to the space. The water, the wave goes back to the ocean. The ornaments goes back to the gold. The mud pot goes back to the mud. Same way, the body bhavati, Atma bhavati. The whole thing goes back to the source from which it has come. Now, next sloka is that Yoni manye prabadyante sharirattvaya dehinaha stanu manye anusamjayanti yadakramam yadashrutam. Here he is bringing the karma aspect of why that feeling for some people, why the people who do not know what is Atman, for them what happens. Some jivans, sanye dehinaha, not the vimukta dehinaha, anye dehinaha, the one who has not understood the Atman. Prabhadyante yonim sharirattvaya. They enter the womb for taking bodies in different bodies. Animal, human being, there's supposed to be 840,000 or some 84 lakhs of birth we take place before getting a human body. It's all in the Puranas. So let us not look into that. Here what it is that prapatyande yonim sharirattvaya anye anusamsandi, assuming that other bodies are the one which into which it takes place. Stanum yad bhavati, like the plants, animals and other things, the body. There some people who think that they are not the Atma, they think they are the body, they feel that this he is referring here. The same principle is explained in the Chandogya Upanishad. What in the Chandogya Upanishad, what it says is that after the death, the subtle body covering the Atma, the prana, mana, with the memories of the vasanas, travels. If you have done good deeds, you go to the northern hemisphere, Uttarayana. Those who have not done good deeds, they go to the Dakshinayana, or Chandrardi Marga and Archirardi Marga. There is the path of light and the path of darkness, which is said. And Shene Punya Martilogam Visandi. If you have gone through the light Marga, you may go to the maximum but to the Hiranyagarbha, the creator who creates. But even the creator, after a kalpa, it goes back, merges back into the seed again and comes back again. Whatever may be the explanations given in the Shastras. But those who are going into the Chandrardi Marga or to the dark side of the thing, they come back in the form of rain, then they get absorbed by the trees and the animals. And when human beings and animals consume that each other, through that the progeny take birth again. This is the way in which it has been, poetically explained in the Chandogya Upanishad. To refer to that, here he is saying, Anye dehina prabandyanti yasmin jivatvaya, Anye anusamsandi stanu. Now some people take the bodies of moving creatures like animals and fish, bird and everything. Some becomes immovable bodies like trees and stone, etc., etc. Now how does it happen? Yada karma, yada shrutam. Depending upon what karma one is done, they take the body, or what the shrutam means, what is the shastra dictated, or as per the scriptures what they have done, they have a better life. Those who have done just kami karmas, they have a, enjoyment, they become sensual objects, or with bodies for sensual objects. This is to just support that karma theory where, when you have the kami karmas, you go and take up bodies which are for enjoying that kami karmas, because karma has to give, every action has to give its result. Same way, if you are doing a shastra, as per the instructions of the shastra, if you are doing, then Swargaloka Prapti and Hiranyagarbha Prapti and all is what is being. This is Anye Dehinaha. Those people who do not know Atma, for them this is the experience. But the one who knows Atma, Sa Atma Bhavati Brahma. So he becomes one with the Brahma with Brahmaiva Bhavati, Atma with Atmaiva Bhavati. He becomes one with the totality. He knows that there is no birth and death for him. For such a person, there is no coming back, or there is no birth again. So he vimuchyate. So he becomes totally free once for all. Now he is concluding this aspect of what happens to the birth and kami karmas and sharira in the last of the mantras in this portion. Ya esha supteshu jagarti kamam kamam purusho nirmamanaha. Tadeva shukram tad brahma tadevam amrutatvam uchyate. Tasmin loka srita sarve tadu natyeti kaschana etad vai tat. Ya esha supteshu jagarti. The one. Ya esha. The Purusha who is supteshu jagarti. In the waking and in the dream. Supteshu, in the sleeping and dream. Kamam purusho nirmamanaha. Now what is it? Is saying that Yasha Purushaha, this Purusha, who keeps himself awake in the waking, he creates kama. That what are the objects of desire he is creating for himself and he is enjoying. Now, Supteshu, when he goes into the dream, whatever he could not enjoy in the waking due to the limitation of the body, time and space and causation, he still has the desire to enjoy that. So what happens is that he creates them for enjoyment in the dream, whatever he could not enjoy in the waking. As his capacity is infinite in the dream, even things which is not possible in the waking, he creates for himself in the dream and enjoys it. Tadeva, that indeed is that one, the one which is supporting that body, in which all these things are happening, both the Jagrat and Supti, and when in the Sushuptishu, the one who dreams, he is divided of all those things. He is neither having kama karma nor for that, the dream or the world of dream and the waking are not there. He goes into Supteshu. And such a person, tad amrutam, tadeva brahma uchyate. That state in which the deep sleep, where he is not identified with the body, no demands, no dreams, no desire, nothing, then he is in one with himself. He is the Atma. He is the Brahma Uchyate. Tadeva Brahma Uchyate. Now this same thing is explained in the Chandogya Sati Sambadhya na viduhu Sati Sambadhyamahe. Sati Sambadhya, having become one with the Sat or the truth, the Atman, the Brahman, na Sat, the Jiva is not becoming aware that he has become one with the reality or the truth. Naviduhu, he is not knowing that he is in his pristine state, or he is without the body consciousness, or the identity of the individual ego also is not there. That's it. Tat eva brahma uchyate. That is called the Brahma. Etad vaitat. Sarve lokaha asmin shrite. The whole world is in it. Tad u na kaschana atyedi. Nothing can exceed from that. Because in that state of pristine state, when we are abandoning everything, including the name, form, world, experiences, nothing is existing. We are in pure awareness. Nothing exceeds that, because all these things which came from that has subsided in it. Just like a fountain which is bringing all the showers. When the power stops, all the shower goes back and the water is back into the sump. Something similar to that. All the projections of the world, the individuality, the body, the experience, the desires, the anger, love, trust, everything which has come out from the deep sleep of that awareness of Brahma, when it goes back to the deep sleep, Brahma, that Atma, that awareness, he pulls back everything into himself. That because all that which came out from as body, multiple, the world outside and experiences are nothing but that awareness only. So when he pulls out the awareness, the existence of things, objects cannot have independent existence without the awareness. So that all merges back into the deep sleep. This is Brahma. They saying is that the world is created out of that. And the appearance of the world is created from that because of the awareness. And when it awareness goes back into that, etad vaitad, that becomes the Brahma, and that is the truth. This is a very important aspect when you have to understand that the world is a creation from that true awareness. Don't identify that it is that the sleeping person is creating. No. Even the sleeping person is an awareness in that awareness of existence. Etad vaitad, that Brahma. Because the moment you say sleeping person is identified with the body. But even the body awareness is not there. So what happened? Even the sleeping person, for a third party, this man is sleeping. For look from your own experience of your deep sleep. Where were you? Where can we say where we were in our deep sleep? If we did not know our body, we did not know anything about the world outside. Nothing existed, but we cannot deny our own existence, our own awareness. We existed there. It is a state of it is not a state of nothingness. It is a state of everything has merged in that. And from when we wake up, everything comes up. Our memories comes up. Our data bank comes up of the memories. And then we have the sense organs of sensing the object. Then the mind comes up and the name, form, or experiences, everything comes up. From where does it come from? All these things come from that awareness, from where it is, including the body, which is of 11 holes, and that Angushta Matra Purusha is also a notion in the waking about the reality. But in the reality, absolute reality point of view, there is only that oneness, na dudiyam asti, where he said, tad nu na kastana atyedi. Nothing can exceed that, because that is everywhere, or that is everything, into which everything goes back, from which everything comes out. Etad vaitad. This is the truth. O Gautama, O Nachiketa. We'll stop here. We'll continue the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.